What's going on? It's Instructor Mike. Let's go on ahead and talk about it. What occurred in the 6th District in the Gresham District in the city of Chicago with a Chicago police officer who was shot and killed on a investigative stop on the 8200 block of South Ingleside in Chicago. Let's go on ahead and talk about it. So I'm definitely going to share my thoughts, and I invite you to sound off in the comments and share yours, because I have a little bit of a different perspective. I have not a little bit of a different perspective. I have a lot of a different perspective regarding this, and I think we need to talk about it. What's going on, JFB? Here we go. Go on ahead and like, comment, share, all that great stuff. Let's go on ahead and talk about it. Here we go. All right, again, the video and other unauthorized or other authorized videos of this is pursuant to Title 17 United States Code Section 107 U.S. Copyright Law for fair use, criticism, teaching. Again, I'm not a lawyer and this is not legal advice. I'm a criminal justice lecturer and instructor, and this commentary is for instructional purposes. Now, due to the graphic nature of what you're about to hear, listener discretion is advised. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm not a conservative or a liberal. I'm just an independent instructor who just has a perspective about this. This is both troubling, but it's definitely something that we need to talk about. So without further delay, let's go on ahead and talk about it. We're going to go on ahead and play this video, and then I'm going to show you the actual video that was taken from the actual bystander who lived above where the traffic stop actually occurred. And I'm just going to preface what I'm about to show you by saying the Chicago Police Department and the Illinois General Assembly, or those who were directly responsible for the legislative efforts to change the culture of policing, along with the Chicago Police Department brass, not the present, so to speak, but the past brass. I am laying the blood of this officer and the blood of Ella French, as well as other officers who have lost their lives in the line of duty on their hands. And there's a reason why I say that, in their professional capacity, not in their personal capacity, but in their professional capacity. So let's go and take a look at this and we'll get to it.
We're learning more details about the circumstances behind the deadly shooting of a Chicago police officer, Enrique Martinez. The 26-year-old was approaching a stopped car in East Chatham last night when a suspect opened fire. The burst of rapid gunfire caught on the Citizen app video. We're going to share a short portion of that clip, but we do want to warn you that it may be difficult to hear and see. Two people in connection to that shooting are now in custody, and a second person inside that car was killed. And there's now outrage today over the young officer's death and what led up to that shooting. Our Joni Lum is live with more of those latest developments.
Now I'm going to pause that right here, and then I'm going to bring in this video because I happen to see that in that video that they showed, they did not show the beginning. They did not show the beginning of what occurred in that video. So we're going to go on ahead and watch the beginning in this video, because this beginning is very, very troubling. Very troubling. Let me see if we can start over. Here we go.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get
Before those shots, how many times did you hear that officer ask him to stop reaching? How many times did you hear the ask? How many times did you hear? Y'all do me a favor. Hit the like button, hit the comment button, share this. Let's have that conversation. How many times did you hear him ask, stop reaching, stop reaching, stop reaching, stop reaching, stop reaching? How many times? Let's hear it again. Listen, turn on your ears.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
7 times. Stop reaching. You're in a low lit vehicle. A low lit vehicle. High gang, high narcotic area. I'm not blaming the officer who lost his life. I'm blaming the department. I'm blaming the veterans. I'm blaming his FTOs. I'm not blaming Superintendent Snelling because he's an outstanding trainer. He's in a political position, so I'm blaming the war or whoever is still there. That's who I'm blaming. Let me guess. The culture, the politics. You all are not as brave as you put yourself out to be. You know why? Because you're not willing to risk it all, including your jobs, to fight the politicians for what you need on the streets. You're not willing to say, F that policy, F that procedure, we got to go home at night. I blame you. That's who I blame. You let the politics influence you. And then you got the nerve to put on signs and beg for society's sympathy. I seen a flyer that said, "Stop killing us." Death literally comes with the job of being a police officer. The streets know it, but you don't know it. The streets know it, but you don't know it. The streets know it, but you don't know it. Let's hear the rest of this press conference because I got some stuff. Let's go. Here we go.
Ryan, Chicago police officers all over the city learned this tragic news, and they are in mourning today. We are at the 6th District, where Officer Enrique Martinez was assigned. His colleagues here said to be especially upset because Officer Martinez was a young officer who was eager to protect Chicagoans, had his whole career ahead of him. Mayor Johnson today talked about the city's grief and sorrow.
We are calling for swift acts of justice to bring the individuals responsible for this horrific tragedy to justice.
This morning, a large shipment of flowers was delivered to the 6th District. Officers carried in multiple arrangements, part of an out.
Now, here we go. I'm going to pick on these officers. You in a high gang, high narcotic area. Why is this officer out here with no vest? Oh, let me guess. He's a desk officer. How many of these officers are likely wearing crappy holsters? Oh, let me guess. I'm off duty.
Pouring of support for the police station colleagues who lost one of their own in gun violence. Counseling also being offered here today. Last night, 26-year-old Officer Enrique Martinez was part of a team that stopped a vehicle with 3 occupants at 80th and South Ingleside in East Chatham. Police say the driver opened fire with a rapid-fire weapon, fatally striking Officer Martinez and an occupant of the car. They say the gunman drove away, striking another officer who's recovering at a hospital. Police arrested the suspected gunman and another passenger. They recovered a semi-automatic weapon and a handgun. Other officers raced Martinez to University of Chicago Medical.
That's a whole lie. That's a whole lie. Did they race him to the hospital? Yes, they did. Only after they let him sit there while they were freaking out. Then after some time, they picked him up and took him to the hospital. Let's watch.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
He's over in this area right here. There's the backup. Officer discharged his firearm. Officer Martinez is right here in this area.
Jesus Christ.
Now watch, you hear them saying get in the car. I want you to pay attention to the area right over in this area right here. I don't know if you can even see it, the pointer in the lower right-hand corner. You'll see a little green light. That's Officer Martinez on the ground. Then they finally pick him up and put him in the car. You're going to see these newbie officers freaking out.
I just witnessed a fucking killing.
Right in the upper, in the middle.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
Why did the video back? He's right in this area, right in the lower center. And I'm a trainer. I'm qualified to speak to this. This is horrendous. This is all training.
Jesus Christ.
They shout, get in the car. But they don't grab him yet.
They just killed that man. I just witnessed a fucking killing.
You're going to watch them grab him. He's right there on the floor.
I just watched them kill him. I just watched them kill him.
They rushed him to the hospital. Not yet. This ain't no rush.
Come on. Get him in the car. Let's go. Get him in the car. Get him in the car. Let's go. Get him in the car.
Now you see them try to pick him up and get him in the car.
Police officers gathered in support. 15th Ward Alderman Ray Lopez said officers are working in a dangerous environment where they literally are under the gun.
All I know is that I'm not going to second guess my officers who are trained well. But what I do know is that even in those circumstances, if you have someone who has an extended clip and a willingness to use that weapon and unload it on a police officer, no amount of commands is going to stop them from doing what they're doing. What we do know is that with technology being removed, as officers descended upon the scene, they had no idea that an extended clip was being used. They had no idea.
That's bull. With the shot spotter technology being removed, now I could understand him saying the context that they had no idea that the extended magazine was being used and they had no idea it was rapid gunfire. But you don't get to make that argument. You don't get to make that argument when we assume that everybody has a firearm. You assume everybody has a switch. You don't get to play, well, automatic guns are out there in the street, but then all of a sudden, now we don't know that it's out there. Which is it? Which is it? And this isn't against Alderman Lopez because he's a staunch advocate for the police. But you officers better had decided that you need to band together and do what you need to do to survive in these streets. You're waiting on the politicians to turn over. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry, but professionally, you don't get to cry sympathy when death is a part of what you do. You don't get to say in one breath that we run to the gunfire when other people run away, but when the gunfire comes your way, pray for us. Now, pimp, that's what comes with the job. And if you understood that's what comes with the job, then you need to do better. Your tactics need to be better. Your strategic aggressiveness needs to be better. You don't get to work on the dangerous street in America and get to be passive. The policies can be passive. You have to decide for you what you're going to do with your life. And if you allow the policies to take you out, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not blaming this young officer. Nope. 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 Not blaming him. I'm not blaming Ariana Preston. Not blaming her. Nope. 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 The department killed her. The policies killed her. The training killed her. The department got this off. He was a part of a, matter of fact, let me let the rest of this play, because I want you to hear from them what they said he was, what team they said he was a part of. The same type of team, Ella French. Here we go.
And we could have had much greater casualties if they had not stopped that offender.
One officer discharged a weapon, so COPA is investigating. Here at the 6th District, the police flag of mourning is posted. Later today, there's going to be something special for the third watch. Those colleagues who work directly with station colleagues who lost one of their own in gun violence. Counseling also being offered today. Last night, 26-year-old officer Enrique Martinez was part of a team that stopped a vehicle with 3 occupants.
Part of a team that stopped a vehicle with 3 occupants. What if any kind of team was he a part of? What if any kind of team that he was a part of? Same kind of team Ella French was a part of? Why are you all putting these new boots on the team who don't have any? I'm not crapping on Officer Martinez. I'm just, y'all get what I'm saying. If you don't get what I'm saying, if you think I'm attacking the police, that's on you and that's your problem. But you hiring, y'all know who you hiring. Y'all know who you hiring. Y'all know who you hiring. How many of y'all understand what I'm saying? I'm done. I ain't want to spend much time on this. I just want to get my thoughts out. You know, say what I said. I know you ain't going to agree. Don't care if you don't agree. I'll read the comments in a minute because there's some good comments in here, right? But come on, man. Come on, man. Thoughts and prayers to the officer who lost his life, but the department and the legislature and the culture in America in these cities, and you know what cities I'm talking about, that's what got this officer killed, along with the other veteran officers who probably knew and could take the initiative to teach, but y'all want to get paid for teaching. The culture of law enforcement as it relates to training is a lazy culture. Your arrogance in thinking that it can't happen to you got you killed. And I'm not even blaming this officer. I'm not even blaming this. This ain't this officer's fault. This is not this officer's fault. See, the problem is you think that that shield and that color of law, qualified immunity, is going to protect you from the streets. Boy, the streets don't give no fuck about that shit. They don't care about that. You put yourself in the position to get your ass got. Do you see that that man was willing to shoot his own passenger to shoot this cop? He was willing to shoot the passenger. Listen.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Here we go.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
I count 8 times before the shot. And there's another sound that I heard right before the shots. Listen.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
I hear a slide lock. I hear a slide being racked. Come on now. As a firearms instructor, I got the ears for those. Here we go.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
How many of y'all heard that slide lock before the shot? Come on, I'm gonna rewind it again. I know what I hear.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching?
Not that.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Did you hit a slide? Did you hit a slide lock? I'm trying to make it as loud as I can. Here we go. Did you hit a slide lock? I heard the slide, not the slide lock into place, but I heard the rack right before the shot.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
I hit a rack. I hit a rack. There's too much begging, and then I hit a rack. You had ample time in the mind of a trained person. I'm not talking about the officer. I'm not talking about the officer. I'm not talking about the officer. But in the mind of a trained person, you had ample time to light that ass up. Ample time. I'll take my chances in court.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Come on, bro. I heard that rack. I heard that rack. I heard that rack. Come on, bro. I don't see no lights into the vehicle except that little light over in the corner. Right before someone says, get, come on.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching.
So by the third time, why the fuck you reaching?
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Superintendent Snelling, I'm going to call you out. Professionally. You're an honorable man. You're an honorable man. But you also a former Chicago Police Academy trainer. Are you willing to risk your job as superintendent to vociferously advocate for better training for the people you used to train? Because people talk about loyalty. You willing to lay down your life for your brother on the streets? I have no doubt that he would do that. I love Superintendent Snelling. Great guy. I remember when he was a sergeant in the academy. Man, that's an outstanding man. Command presence, outstanding. Are you willing to lay it down administratively to get some better tactical training for these officers? Now, I'm no one you should listen to. But are you willing to do it professionally? That's the only question that I have. Officers, are you all willing to sue? Not strike, not strike. I know by law you cannot strike. But are you willing to sue the city for better training? Or does that breach your contract? Because if you ain't asking for it in the courts, you're not going to get it. Are you willing to do it? How many of you are willing to be professionally and situationally insubordinate to save your life? Not your job, your life. That's all I'm asking. And I don't think that's a hard ask. Let me read these comments so I can get up out of here. All right, here we go. Boo Man, what's going on? You said you can look at any special operations content and see how much they train to handle situations that are very similar to this one. They are doing this officer or these officers a disservice by not training them. Of course, let's listen to that rack. Here we go.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
You heard 7, 8 commands, begging, slide rack. Lino Frosto, better be judged by 12 than carried by 6. That rack was loud. Thanks, Chris. You said not properly trained. That's with most jobs, not even CPD. I'm just saying. LaKente, you said that's like in sports. You got to plan what the enemy or the point is going to bring to the table. For a little, should always be informed of all things, has strategic methods of winning. Once again, the arrogance behind the badge caused this. Why stand directly in the line of fire while telling someone to stop reaching? Yes, but I can almost guarantee you. You know what? I ain't gonna even say that the academy trained him to be this way, because I'm almost certain they told him and taught him not to stand in the vehicular fatal funnel. But if it's one thing I know about Chicago police, and not all of them, but the mindset, oh, it's an arrogant mindset. Oh, my God. It's an arrogant mindset. Well, this is what arrogance breeds.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're going to get fucked.
Bro, that rack is the rack heard around the world. And then you know, in fact, he's reaching. You know. In a dark car, high gang, high narcotic area, you know he's reaching. And that's the same shit that got Ella French shot and killed and got Yanez injured. One guy takes off from the scene and runs. An officer gives chase. Now you got Yanez and Ella on 6-3 in Bell. Montez, I think that's his name. He goes from the driver's side to the passenger side or vice versa. Reaches in the car, pulls out a Glock 44 chambered in 22. Ella French right between the eye. Yanez is hit too. Oh, yeah, Dominique. Yes, they did say the other person was DOA in the car. You know why? Because Buddy shot the passenger to hit the officer. Yes, it's a switch. You can't control that thing. It just goes and it does what it does. The cyclic rate of fire is faster than the people who can control it.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucked.
Boy, that I could tell that Glock rack any day. You called it. Tombstone courage. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let it go. I'm out of here. Yeah. Hey, that fatal funnel is no joke. You mean to tell me all the smart, intelligent officers of the Chicago Police Department who swear up and down they know the law better than most citizens? You mean to tell me that you could get together off duty and do your 10-1 parties? You can get together off duty and do all the other stuff that you do. But y'all can't get together off duty, get the shot box, get other training tools, get with other people, get with SWAT, get with your veteran tactical officers, get with people who used to be CPD, who are no longer CPD anymore. You got Spartan Tactical. You got what's the Matt Little, Graybeard Actual. You can't get with them and ask them or pay them for some training, you just going to assume you're going to be good because you could call 10-1 and the cavalry's coming. Cavalry didn't save Officer Martinez. The cavalry didn't save Ella French. The cavalry, by the time they get to you, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. You needed to know what to do during this moment.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
That's when you needed to know what to do. Way before. You didn't already called. Stop reaching so many times. Why are you begging? Oh, that's right. Damn. You don't want COPA to investigate you. Damn, I forgot. Sorry. You don't want to have to stand before the Chicago Police Board. I'm sorry. You didn't want to have to go see Superintendent Snelling and then hold your head in alleged shame or disappointment. You didn't want to have to do any of that. Now, all those things you would have been alive. This is not against Officer Martinez, so don't misconstrue my statement. I'm talking about officers in general. All those things you would have to be alive to do. And now they're looking over you, no matter what now, because been to the hospital, been to the Cook County Medical Examiner's office. Now they're going to be at the church on 78th and Western for your funeral, if that's where they're going to have it. Yes, bro. Oh, my God. Yes, proud to carry. Sad to say, Officer Martinez had partners that were scared. I'm sure their policy doesn't say take a bullet first, but the mindset does. On the radio, I heard them say, get him to the hospital, get him to the hospital. That is not what they did right away. They freaked out. Then after the freak out came down, then they picked him up and put him in the car. There was a delay. What's the purpose of having those tourniquets if you ain't going to even attempt to try to save his life? Let's talk facts. I don't know if there was any saving to do because I don't know how many rounds he took. It sounds like he took a lot of rounds. We don't know. But you see what I'm saying? Oh, Mike, they're not trained to hear the sound of automatic gunfire. What? You mean to tell me you couldn't take them out there to a National Guard range or to the IPRA, Illinois State Rifle Association range and get a 249? Or you got in ERPS, you got what is ERPS on Homan, Evidence and Recovered Property section. You mean to tell me you couldn't get one of those switches and use it for law enforcement training purposes to expose the recruits to the sound of automatic gunfire to test their startle response? I'm a force science analyst, so I'm qualified to speak to that. You mean to tell me you couldn't take one of those many confiscated Glocks with the switches? Or you couldn't call ATF and get the permission to acquire one or multiple for training purposes? Oh, we didn't think about that. You are failing these officers. You are failing them. It's miserable. It's unacceptable. The blood of Officer Martinez, Ella French, the injury on Yanez. That's on the department. That's on the veteran officers. That's on the people who are so smart. You love to tell the citizens of Chicago that you know the law. You won't take any criticism, but you can't pool your resources together and get better training. And best yet, you aren't willing to sacrifice your job to force the hand of the politicians and the stakeholders to give you better training. Maybe you're not as brave as you say you are. Maybe the citizens do need to get more concealed carry to protect themselves because they really can't count on you. You could be mad at me. I love you. I promise I do. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. Somebody got to say it. Because this is troubling.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Oh my fucking God.
And listen to the one officer's lonely shot.
Oh my fucking God.
None of it. Look at how long it took for the other officers to even shoot. They freaked out. They freaked out. Y'all remember the traffic stop where it was what, 3, 4, 5 of them, and they lit that guy's white car up on the west side? But this, no, nothing. This is the situation where you should have did that shit. This that situation right here. You should have did that shit here. Like right here. That should have happened here. That other shit, this is the fuck. But no, just you didn't do that. This is what you did.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Listen, proud to carry. Listen. Just listen.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God.
That's a shot before the car impacted when they backed up. That's a shot. That's a shot. That's a shot. I'm a professional firearms instructor. That's all I do full time is guns. I know shit when I hear it. It's a shot. Got to do better. Got to do better. All right, this is Instructor Mike. You've been trained. Some sad shit. Just some sad shit. Like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Yeah, this is sad. And maybe I'm gonna be attacked. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna be targeted. I don't know. It's not my intention to do anything but raise awareness. See, y'all love to blame. Well, this is Brandon Johnson in Chicago. The Negroes are out of control. The migrants. The fuck you thought? It's crime. It's human behavior. You don't get to get on this job and talk about the dangers of being on the streets and then expect it to shit to stay the same. What they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Make up your fucking mind. Things are going to change. Are you going to change with it? Nah. You're just going to keep on. Politicians, please hear me. I'm not fucking hearing you. Elvis, you said something. The family of the fallen officer should sue Chicago. This was totally preventable, but when you are afraid to do your job, the first thing you are thinking is, if I shoot, I will be prosecuted. See, that's the problem right there, Elvis. That's the problem. If you got people who are convicted of crimes who later get justice and get their cases overturned and they are now a free person, why are you willing not to put yourself in a similar situation and still have your life? Why are you not willing to do that? In this type of situation, tell me in this situation you ain't willing to get prosecuted to save your own life.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching, dude. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
You are literally begging the man to stop reaching. You're begging the man to stop reaching. Oh, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. If not now, when? How do we call upon these officers to go into the dangerous neighborhoods, to serve and protect the citizens of Chicago? But then we punish them for making a decision when they have to beg.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching, dude. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
Wouldn't this be called depraved indifference under Title 42 United States Code Section 1983? Wouldn't the failure to train these officers for the various situations that they may encounter, wouldn't that be depraved indifference? I remember that. I remember that case law. Let me find it. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Title 42. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hold on. No, it's not even showing. Hold on. Here we go. Bam. Title 42, United States Code. Let me pull this up so y'all can read this. Let me pull this up and blow this up so y'all can read this. Here we go. Title 42 United States Code is a civil rights law that allows people to sue state or local officials when their rights, privileges, or immunities are violated. The court held that a municipality may be held liable under Section 1983 for violation of rights guaranteed by the federal Constitution, which violations result from the municipality's failure to adequately train its employees, only if that failure results in a deliberate indifference on the part of the municipality. You know that these switches are out there. You know, where you should have known that these switches are out there. Yet you are failing to expose the officers to the technology that you could acquire and test their responses and train them. not to do this.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching, dude. Why the fuck you reaching? Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. Stop reaching. You're gonna get fucking.
How many times does he have to beg before you hear the cries of the untrained officer? How many more bodies have to be dropped on either side before it really begins to matter to you? I'll see you.